At what point do you eventually move to the
to
United States
America.
or the state
I think
part
it
of
was
it?
2005. I had a brother up there. He died. You know what I mean? And it caused me to relocate it to, the mainland, in search for the person that did it to my brother. He died in a club not California, excuse me. He died in a club in Atlanta, Georgia. So that what brought me to Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, so you move out to Atlanta, and what are you doing for work at this time?
We was grinding. Yeah, I was grinding. I was in the streets, you know what I mean? I was grinding. And we took some blows at one time, man. Sometimes the hustle go up and down. And I pulled out of it because I was messing with I met a chick, so I was messing with her, and I pulled out the game, and I went into corporate America. You know what I mean? I went, got my gun license. I started doing classes, sharpshooting class. The state wanted a 240. I got 238. I got 96. I was certified. I'm certified for a Glock 22. That's a 40 caliber. I did the legal bodyguarding class. I had a concealed weapon license, so I could wear my weapons out. And in Georgia, I could wear my firearms out. You know what I mean? I pump gas, cops, hey, what's up? How you doing? You know what I mean? So I went and got my certifications, and I was in and out of clubs, basing the training from home, from the streets. I was in and out of clubs. And then one day, I was on Craigslist. Yeah, I was on Craigslist, and it said, unbelievable opportunity. If you could travel out of town and possess a firearm, call now. So it was All-Star Weekend in Orlando. And, I put one and one together. I already know that was like somebody wanted some muscle. You know what I mean? So I called the job, and old boy pick up. Shout out my guy Big J. He brought me into the industry. I called him. He was like, he's meeting somebody. He's 45 minutes away from me. And I was like, yo, I got the concealed weapon license. I got the sharpshooting license. I got the legal bodyguarding license, and I'm experienced. And you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, you got copies? I was like, yeah, I got it. And then hanged up, and he called back 5 minutes after. He's like, yo, I'm on the way to you. So we sat down by Waffle House. It was crazy because he had on a lot of 8732, but, my mind was somewhere else, you know what I mean? And we did the interview. He's like, you got the job. So I was like, cool. I'll say, who I'll be working for. And it was Young Jeezy. He was like, Young Jeezy. You know what I mean? So that's when the bodyguarding, it went to a next level. You know what I mean?
Okay, you start working for Jeezy, and what year is this?
This is
Again?
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go to All-Star Weekend in Orlando.
I didn't make that. They went without me, but I jumped on a tour the following week. Yeah, I had a tour, I think March 3rd or something, and CTE World or something tour, and I jumped on that tour. That was my first tour with him. So I didn't go to All-Star. I guess whoever security they was using, it was gonna use them one last time and then, get rid of them. I don't know what happened, but they did the Orlando All-Star Weekend, and when they came back, we jumped on the tour. Yeah, went on the tour.
And what's that like?
It was beautiful because it's I'm with Young Jeezy, you know what I mean? Everybody like him, they like his music. So at the time I liked his music too. When I first came to America, my brother picked me up, my older brother picked me up. He was playing a Jeezy album, Can Ban and Snowman. So, we had songs that we like, from Jeezy. So it was dope actually being around him, you know what I mean? And then what was more dope about it, it's not fun, but being in competition is cool sometimes because you see who succeeds, through, whatever the task is. When I got hired, I had two other bodyguards. At the main, it was four of us, but Big J is the one in charge, so I had three new bodyguards. And it was the position is for one person. So you had 30 days to show, you know what I mean, what you're working with, you know what I mean? So we went on tour, and it was dope, you know what I mean? He came around, he liked my vibe, You know what I mean? I'm from the island, so I'm not speaking to too much people. I don't know nobody. You know what I mean? I just know the client and, you know, the entourage or, you know, the people for the business. So I just stayed close. Nothing major took place, but it was a progressive tour, though. You know what I mean? Nothing ain't happened. You know what I mean? And then, you know, at the end of the tour, I end up being the one getting picked. You know, the other guys stayed there for a while, but, you know, in the end, I was like one of the last guys there from that run.
When was the first time that you had to like get aggressive with somebody while working with Jeezy?
The first time was the 2012 BET Awards.
So in February 2014, Rick Ross and Jeezy, they kind of got this beef kind of going, but I don't think it was that serious at the time. But it was over the BMF song, right? The Rick Ross did. That's kind of where it stemmed from.
I mean, I wasn't sure. I can't call it, but you know, I read rap books a lot. Double XL Source. So it was some type of beef. I didn't know, you know what I mean? But I knew enough that my client is not messing with him. You know what I mean? So I knew that much, but you know, the ins and out of it, like, nah, I didn't know.
Okay, so you guys are preparing to go to the BET Awards. Now, are you guys on high alert because Rick Ross is going to be there?
Nah, it was a regular day. You know what I mean? He had 4 securities, his manager, camera guy, I think like 1, 2 of his entourage or whatever. Yeah, so it was chill, you know what I mean?
Okay, you guys arrive there, and eventually you guys come face to face with Rick Ross. Man, can you kind of take me through what happened?
It was weird. I don't know, like, I don't know if hip hop is staged, because after Jeezy performed, and when we was leaving, Rick Ross was coming. We was backstage. So I already knew, you know, it's some type of situation. I didn't know how deep it was. So we was walking, and they stopped. And Jeezy was like, "What's up?" And Rose was like, "What's up?" And Jeezy's like, "What's up?" And like, I'm in the middle, you know what I mean? I'm watching, you know, I'm defense, I'm the front line guy. I'm the guy, you know, I take charge. This is where I come in. But, you know, Ross was like, "What's up?" And then Jeezy was like, "Nigga, you know what's up." So when I heard that, you know, the tone changed. You know, I get in gear, you know what I mean? Because the way Jeezy said it, you know what I mean? Like, the pot is boiling over. It's too much what's ups going back and forth. Somebody gonna strike. And Rick Ross took a deep breath and he stepped up. You know what I mean? But like I said, I was in the middle, you know what I mean? And when he stepped up, I snatched his chains off his neck. You know what I mean? They had a little video from the hallway with it. You know what I mean? You couldn't see clear, but it was a little ruction in the hallway there. It happened so fast, though. His bodyguard ain't even had time to, like, you know, defend him. I'm sure that guy lost his job because it was, you know, it was like, you know, some Bruce Lee shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so Rick Ross has said that he tried to choke Jeezy. Did he ever get his hands on Jeezy at all?
Well, I won't shoot him down and say he didn't get his hands up to do it, but he did step up, though. I don't know what he was going to do, but he had to go through me. So, you know what I mean? He had to go through me. And, I stopped that, you know what I mean? So I won't call it and say I won't say, you know, he wasn't going to do anything, but, you know what I mean? He did take a deep breath and stepped up, you know what I mean? But he stepped into me, you know what I mean? So.
Okay, so he steps into you, you grab his chains, and what happens next? Do the entourage start fighting? Do any fists start flying or anything?
It happened too fast. By the time they regrouped, it was, you know, it had cops in the hallway, though. The cops wasn't with us, but it had, you know, it's a BET Awards, you know what I mean? It's just a level of security in the hallways, bodyguards, you know what I mean? It's crowd control, fire department, you know what I mean? Just in case the place is overcapacitated. But, nah, it happened too quick. It happened too quick. You know what I mean? It happened too quick. Rick Ross, he turned around and he walked away. I'm telling you, I sure his bodyguard got fired for that shit. By the time I
Okay.
touch him, like, it was over.
So you grab his chains,
Yeah.
and now everybody's being separated. Do you still have his chains?
To this day?
Well, no.
No,
At
you
that
mean
point,
yeah, I had him. Yeah, I had him. I put him in, I had a break in the jacket. I never, if you watch the video, right, and you hit, in the middle of the video, you hear the mirror broke. That's me behind the mirror because I tripped up behind the little security dude in the hallway because I was trying to put the chains inside the blazer. I never wore a blazer before, so I didn't know you gotta break in the pockets, like, you know what I mean? So I was there trying to put the chains in because I was like, yo, this shit is worth a lot of money, like, you know what I mean? Cops in the hallway, I didn't want them things. So yes, I had the chains.
what's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.